and welcome back to my channel. Today is a DIY video. I am going to be doing two different DIY projects today, and this is the first time I'm doing both of them. Now, I ended up buying some foaming hand soap base from Hive and Honey, and I have been putting this off for a very long time, but we are running low on hand soap, so I am finally going to test this out and make it for the house. Now, the other project, as you all know, I told you in a couple of videos before that I had bought a couple of DIY kits from Bramble Berry, and we are going to do one of those kits today, hopefully. But first, I really need to get this made so that we can use it right away, and I may have enough to do 2 bottles, but I'm just going to do half of this bottle and 1 cent today, and I can always make the other one when we get lower. So without me rambling on, let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, I am not at my crafting table. My crafting table is once again a big old mess from the last time I was there. So I really have to clean that table off so that I can move all of this stuff out there and start doing projects again at the table. But what I have here already is the stuff that I usually have when I'm making my liquid products. So I have my pitcher here, and my spatula and my skewers, and then I have both of my scales here, the small one, and then I have my big one here, and then I have my measuring cup. I have the base from Hive and Honey, and I have the scent that I'm going to use today, also from Hive and Honey, and it's called River Stone. It smells very, very good. So I have all of that there, and of course I have paper towel, I have my gloves ready to go, and my alcohol to clean up everything. What I also have today is an empty bottle from Bath and Body Works because I don't have any other container to put this in. And I have this one because this is a foaming hand soap bottle, so it's already built for this type of formula. So it's empty, and I'm going to use this one today. So we are done with making the hand soap. It was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. It was simply the base and the fragrance oil that I wanted to use. Of course, you got to stir it, like I said, real slowly so that it doesn't, I guess, activate, and also so that it can mix everything. But we are going to move on now to one of these kits. Now, these are the kits that I ordered a couple of months ago. This one is the Bramble Berry. It's a mini DIY kit, and it is the watermelon scrub, body scrub. So we are going to go ahead and open this up and see what's inside of it, because I only opened up the lip balm one. I didn't open up any of the other ones that I bought. So I'm going to be just like you. I'm going to see what's inside here. If you have already done one of these from Bramble Berry, then comment down below how you liked the kit that you did. Alright, so let's open up our kit and see what's inside to make our watermelon body scrubs. Here we have a card that has step-by-step instructions on the back to show us how to make our scrubs. And then we have a pack of black poppy seeds, I'm assuming to represent the seeds of a watermelon. And then we have a pack full of a lot of magenta mica powder for color to give it that watermelon brightness. There's not one, but two, if I can get the other one out of there, small plastic jars to put the finished body scrubs in. Here's our sunflower oil that we're going to add for a smoother guide onto our skin. And they supplied us with 2 droppers. Here's the big bag of Epsom salt for exfoliation. And finally, the star of it all, the watermelon sugar fragrance oil, so it can smell just like the fruit. Alright, so we're all set up now to make our watermelon body scrubs, and the first ingredient up is the Epsom salt. So I'm going to use my large scale and large plastic pouring spout, and we're going to tear the scale to 0. And I'm going to pour in my salt all the way up to, it says 226 grams. It works in milliliters and ounces, but I switched it to grams. And of course, I would pour too much. I went over. So I'm just going to scoop out some and get it to 226 grams. There we go. Next, I'm going to add the poppy seeds. Now, it doesn't have an exact measurement on it for some reason. It does say, however, that you can use as little or as much as you like, and I think this is enough. And next up, I'm going to use the magenta mica powder, and just like the poppy seeds, there's no exact measurement on the card, so I'm just going to pour to my liking. And it's just about the same amount as the poppy seeds. Let me add just a little bit more in there. Now, I've never worked with mica powder before, so let me know in the comments how much is too much, because I think I may have poured too much in there. I'm going to use my blue spatula to mix the Epsom salt, the poppy seeds, and the mica powder together before I start adding the liquid ingredients. And I'm not going to lie, I thought my spatula was stained pink forever, and I started to panic a little bit because this is the spatula I use for my liquid products, and for whatever reason, I couldn't find the spare one. Okay, so now it's time to measure the liquid ingredients, and I'm gonna use my small scale and measuring cup to weigh it out. First is the sunflower oil, and I'm gonna pour it to 28 grams. And I'm going to take that oil and pour it into the Epsom salt mixture and mix it in as best I can, making sure that all of the dry ingredients are fully covered with the oil. Now, it does say that I can add extra oil if I want a more oily texture, but I think this is good enough. Finally, we're going to add the watermelon sugar fragrance oil to the mixture. I'm going to get out my small scale and measuring cup once again and pour out the oil to 5.5 grams. Then I'm going to pour it into the bowl, and I'm going to mix it in really good. And here is the final result. Very pink or magenta, and not too oily or dry. I think it came out perfect. Now it's time to finally fill the jars with our mixture. And as crazy as it may sound, there's something pleasing about filling up these jars. It's very relaxing to me to see the final product in the jar, and it'll be even more pleasing when it's used. But for now, it is ready to go. Alright, now let's test out the foaming hand soap that we made earlier. And as you can see, it comes out foamy, not runny at all, and it lathers up quite nicely. Feels very soft and clean on my hands. And the best part for me is that it really does lather up well, because I am not a fan of soap that doesn't lather up and that is real thin on the hands. Alright, so we are all done with the scrubs, the body scrubs, and they actually did fill up 2 jars here. And then this is what it looks like on the inside there. So in person it looks a little darker, but it's also dark over here, believe it or not. But I do like the way it came out. It does smell like watermelon, so I am happy with the way it turned out. I will test it, one of them probably, when I take my next shower and see how it works out. But this kit was very, very easy and simple to do. Of course, with the additives, it's all up to you and how much you want in it, how much you don't, the mica powder and the poppy seeds. But I'm going to go ahead and use it just as is, and like I said, I'm going to see how it comes out, how it feels on my skin, and hopefully I don't break out from it like I did when I did my goat's milk soap bar. So the reason why I also wanted to get these kits is because, I don't know if I said it before, but I'm trying to eliminate some of the money that we're spending on basic products. So if I can learn how to make it, and even though the ingredients might be a lot more, I'll be able to make it on my own and not have to spend money every time we run out of like soap bars, or if we want these old fancy scrubs, I can do these scrubs here with basic ingredients. And the hand soap as well, because Bath and Body Works, while they give those sales, oftentimes the soap is expensive. So if I can make this stuff on my own, then I wouldn't have to spend that money every time for the things that I want to use. But also, who knows, maybe down the road I might perfect a recipe or two and might end up putting it along with my home scent. So as far as the hand soap goes, as you saw in the video, I did wash my hands, and it doesn't feel oily or grimy or anything. As you saw, it lathered up real nicely. I would probably have to keep that bottle, those 2 bottles, because those are our last 2 bottles from Bath and Body Works, but I would probably have to keep those bottles until I can find one where I can actually put the soap in it. But yeah, other than it being, my hands being a little ashy and dry, which is always the case, it doesn't matter what soap I use, it's always that way after it. But other than that, it's not really drying out and like pulling the skin or anything. So it may feel dry, but it's not like, how I want to put it, it's not like cracking the skin or anything like that. So, and also my hands look a little pale, but that's because of the gloves that I had on. But those 2 projects were very simple, very easy. I really enjoyed doing it. I'm glad I didn't have to stand by any stove or any microwave to like melt stuff. It was very, very simple, and I shouldn't be, but I'm kind of surprised that it had Epsom salt as one of the ingredients. Epsom salt, as you know, has been around forever, it seems like, and we used to use it in the household all the time. So I am excited to test one of these out, and when I do, I will definitely let you all know how it goes. The only thing I wish it had was like a little label so that I can design it up a little bit, but I'll probably make my own labels to put on them. I'm gonna use one for myself, and I'm gonna give the other one to my sister to test out. They are the sugar scrubs, And oh, I didn't say it, the sugar is real fine, so it's not like chunky. It might look chunky, but it's real fine and like a grain style. So I'm excited to see how it all comes together when I use it. But yeah, like I said, going back to it, I really enjoyed doing the DIY projects. One was a kit, the other one was just testing it out. I have been buying some things to try, so hopefully the next one will move as smoothly as this one did. The only one that got messed up was the lip balm one, and I have more of it, so I'll probably try and do that one all over again and see if it comes out better. But that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed sitting here and taking a little break, a little detour away from my small business with candle making and watching me work out some of these new products here. Well, new items, because they're not products that I'm selling, but new items here. And if you did enjoy this type of video, then go ahead and hit that like button, as well as share and comment down below. Again, let me know if you've ever done a Bramble Berry kit, mini kit here, or if you've done any other kits that you really enjoyed. Go ahead and share it in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, then hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you can be notified when the next new video comes out. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on something else. I can't remember what it was. There's my tablet going off, but I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'm sure it'll come to me in a couple of minutes. So enough of me rambling on. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and don't forget to show yourself a little more appreciation. So until next time, this is Tammy saying, take care, everyone.